let's just say we're massive road trip fans on this channel. We have gone across the country from coast to coast multiple times. We just started doing it now recently with a travel trailer. And in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the things that we are doing to get our travel trailer prepped for a massive road trip from coast to coast, as we're gonna be living out of our 2024 Hiker Trailer Extreme Off-Road Edition for the next 3, maybe 4 days. I don't know, we're gonna see. Let's jump into the video. Now, when it comes down to taking any type of road trip of any type, I like to first and foremost start off with the vehicle that you're going to be taking, or your tow rig, whatever it is, if you're having a trailer, making sure that thing is in tip-top shape. So what I'm going to be doing with this vehicle is just getting the oil change, getting the tires rotated, and having a nice, good once-over just look at the vehicle. So I'm going to be doing, getting underneath the vehicle, literally myself too, looking at all the components, making sure nothing has shaken loose, making sure there's nothing that's just weird, that's just going on. You try to do anything that can be preventative, even though you can't catch everything, but try to do your due diligence to just see if there's any type of issues that may be coming up. So that's my biggest thing, is try to prevent stuff from happening if you possibly can. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that the car is extra clean, especially if you're going to be spending a prolonged period inside of any vehicle. You want to make sure at least the inside and the outside is going to be clean, especially because when you're going to be on the road, it's going to be picking up a whole bunch of bugs, debris, dirt. So you want to try to start with a clean slate if that's possible. The truck, as you can see, is absolutely filthy since the last time we took it off roading and with the travel trailer. So it definitely needs to be cleaned off before we get back on the road again. Now, in the world of trailers, as you already know, there's a lot of needs, but there's a lot of wants. And one of the things that I kind of categorize as a want versus an absolute need is a fridge, at least at this moment in time. So this moment in time, I'm just gonna be bringing with me a simple cooler. Getting a fridge is definitely a want for me down the road. I think probably like when we start going more out in the desert and doing smaller trips where we're going to be camping out, I think I'm definitely going to get the fridge, just because of having the cooler is nice and all, but it does take up time. You have to go and get ice and then pack it up, and then your food is soggy, but you have to like put it in bags. So it would be nicer to have a fridge, but at this moment in time, we just don't have enough time to order a fridge and have it come here in enough time, because we're literally going to be leaving in a couple of days. So what I'm electing to do is just have a nice and easy portable cooler with us, and then I think we're going to be bringing along with us our portable grill. One of the biggest things I always want to make sure that we have is proper organization. So as you can see with me right now, I have a lot of stuff that is inside of the garage that I bought from inside of the house. These are the things that I normally store inside of the house that are not stored with the trailer itself. That is going to be all of our portable battery, the solar panel, all of our propane tanks, our fans that we have. So we have multiples of these fans. These fans, honestly, they work great. I love these things. I would highly recommend them to anyone. More electronics, and then some tools that I'm going to be bringing with us that I normally store inside of the garage just because I need them for other things. So with this trip, it's going to be me, the wife, and our 3 dogs. So the name of the game is making the trailer more livable for longer periods of time. And one of the things that I did purchase is a brand new Arco jack for the trailer. We were using just some cheap dollies to kind of move the trailer around, and I've tried other cheaper jacks and everything like that, and I just said, screw it, I'm gonna just buy a nice one just for the trailer, just to make things easier. So if we have to, disconnect from the truck or anything like that and move it around, it'll just make it a lot easier
So that's what we elected to do. So I have to install that today. Also, another thing that I did get is some new curtain rods with some new curtains. So I'm interested to see how these will work. These are being held up by, they're like command strips and like these little, I guess, metal curtain rods. We'll see. I think the size will work. I got like a half size one for the trailer, so for the curtain. So I think they should work out fine. So that's one of the things that we're going to be installing too.
Beefy.
Okay, so this is one of those situations where it's do as I say, not as I do. I literally forgot most of my tools at home, and then I also forgot the keys to get inside the storage box for the trailer itself. But we're gonna make it work though. I'm installing this, the Arco trailer jack, and I have to hammer in these wheel bearings in here. So these are the wheel bearings to get these installed. So we gotta still get this installed, pull the trailer out so I'll have enough room to get inside the inside. Luckily the inside is still unlocked, but we have a couple things we have to do. Now one of the things that I do want to mention though with the trailer that you should do, and just like how I did with the car and everything else, is giving the trailer itself a good cleaning, especially if you're going to be spending a lot of time inside of it. Luckily the inside of the trailer is pretty good. The outside of the trailer is still very dusty since the last time we took it off-roading in the desert. Same thing was with the truck. The truck was just absolutely filthy, so we still have to get the trailer cleaned, because let's just say you don't want a dirty trailer that's going to be getting even more dirtier while it's on the road. So I definitely consider cleaning part of the maintenance routine of any type of vehicle or trailer for that matter. Okay, so this has become a literal disaster. And if you're wondering why I'm in a tank top right now, it's not because I'm trying to be hot, but it's literally like 100 degrees outside right now. It's really, really hot. So I have no idea how the trailer jack that I bought doesn't work. I bought the one that's on the Hiker Trailers website, but I bought it off of Amazon. I don't know if this was a older version, but it doesn't directly bolt up to the trailer, which I'm just kind of like, how in the world does that happen? So you guys, it came with these, the pins that you kind of like put it over the bar. Technically, it's supposed to directly bolt up right on here, but on this one, so it just has this plate right here. At first I was thinking perhaps this comes off and then it can fit in. It could fit in this guy, but it definitely doesn't. So I would have to mount it here, but this is slightly so thick that it doesn't quite fit on it properly. My thing is, if I'm spending that much money, I'd rather get the one that's gonna fit directly up. So I'm gonna return this one, and then I'm gonna rebuy the one on Hiker Trailers website. So that kind of sucks. It won't be here in enough time for us to install it before we leave. But while we're going to be gone, I'm gonna have it delivered there so we can install it. So on the way back, we'll be able to come back with it. It's just, that really just sucks. One thing I wanted to install before we left, but it's okay. Okay guys, so this has been an absolute disaster. I will show you though. The trailer itself, thank God this door's open. I didn't bring any of the stuff to, like I don't have the key to everything, but luckily though, everything is pretty much ready to go inside of the trailer. I'm gonna bring the last bit of stuff with us back out here, but we still have the bed, our extra chairs. I'm gonna probably move those underneath here. But the bed, the trailer, and everything like that. So the good news is we have the trailer since the last time that we used it. When we brought it back here, we did pack it down nicely. But one thing I do want to say though, or a couple of things I want to say that we are doing, is checking the tire pressure, making sure that the tires are in still great tip-top shape. And the other thing is though, the greasing of the bearings as well. Even though our trailer is fairly new, only a couple months old, we've put probably 3,000 miles on it already, and we're about to put like 2,100 miles on it. So I just want to make sure that the grease inside of the wheels are still up to tip-top shape. I'll probably do a full re-greasing once we get back to the East Coast, because we're going to be there for a couple of weeks. Do that, so then on the trip back it'll be fully just back up and running. And then the main other things I wanted to do for the interior was these other curtains. So here's this. It's real simple curtain rods, these things, because the ones that we have installed in here, as you can tell, they were holding up well, but this side fell down. That side's still holding up. So we do want to get these new curtains installed in here, just so it's not absolutely just, it's not a free-for-all when we're parked at a campsite. You can't just see straight in. Okay guys, so I kind of messed up a little bit. Let me explain what happened. So I did order the jack on Amazon only because of the time I was ordering the jack. I believe they pulled it off of the Hiker Trailer's website. The jack is supposed to have the mounting bracket that mounts right up to the trailer. Now I did reach out to Hiker Trailer to ask them exactly like, hey, what's up? Is this the right jack? They said that technically yes, and I think they're gonna, cause like right now they're like redoing their website, so they pulled stuff off. It's like they're having like another provider is like basically running their website, their like online store. So they didn't have it in stock at the time that I was looking for it, but they said that it should be in stock on their website. But what I did do is I just looked on Arco or Arc, I think it's, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but their website, and it looks like they have the bracket that mounts up to the hitch itself. So it should mount up with that, the tube is called, I think like the tube mount. It looks like that should work with the trailer. So I don't have it for right now, but we should be able to install it once we get on the East Coast. So for the trip back, it'll be installed. Now, the other things that we have going on, because we are doing a final just walkthrough and checks. So we are pretty much set now. We're going to be leaving out tomorrow. So what I'm going to be doing is packing up the truck today, finishing getting the rest of the stuff loaded up. I just did another once over look at the vehicle and just look to make sure everything looks fine. We are going to be on the way with the trailer, and it's definitely going to be a long trip, but we've done this trip multiple times. We've never done it twice in 1 year, fully from coast to coast. So it's going to be a little interesting doing this a couple months after we just did it. But if you guys want to see what's it like towing the Hiker Trailer coast to coast over 2,500 miles or so, check out this video right here. I did a breakdown of what it was like trailering the trailer for the very first time, going 2,500 miles, and my pros and cons of it. Check this video out. See you in the next one.